The Be-Wiser Hawkstone International Motocross in association with Playground.com. So welcome back to Hawkstone Park for the second moto of the MX2 International class. There we see Max Anstey, number 99. He'll be hoping for victory. There's Davy Pooch's number 46, teammate, of course, to the opening race winner, Jeffrey Hurlings. Number 6 there, Benoit Poitras, the French on the Yamaha, lining up as the gate drops. They go down the star straight for the first time. Who's it going to be that gets the whole shot? And it looks like Anstey to me. Max Anstey, number 99, takes the lead, and we just saw a brief glimpse of the drone camera there. We'll see some more of that later on. One rider down on the second corner, one of the back marks, I think, but on the whole, everyone through safely on this first lap. Oh, but Covington goes down, 64. Thomas Covington there on the factory Husqvarna. He had a great ride here at Hawkstone Park at last year's International, but this year had a tough first race, and he's down in the second moto. And there we see our drone cameras leaders go through for the first time. Anstey leading the way on the Husqvarna as his teammate Covington picks himself out of the Shropshire sand. The majority of the riders seem to be through safely, though, as Anstey leads them towards the bomb hole for the first time. In this drone footage, never really seen before on the big screen for Hawkstone Park, and it just goes to show just how big a circuit it is here at Hawkstone Park, also how wet it is as well, and the riders coping with the tough conditions quite admirably, you might say, as Anstey comes around for the first time. Number 99 on that factory Husqvarna, Hurlings on his tail in second. It looks like Jeremy Seawer, the Swiss rider on the Suzuki, in third place. Poitras, I believe, is in fourth, number 6. And that could well be Davy Pooch's in sixth place, number 46, the teammate to Hurlings on the factory KTM team, as the leaders make their way up towards the hill for the first time. We spoke to Paul Malin earlier, said that the big hill, which you just saw to the left there, that's not in use today because of the wet weather. Due to safety purposes, it gets very gnarly up there at the top, and in the interest of safety, using the short hill. But there again, the riders do like the technical nature of the short hill. Anstey, meanwhile, leading the way, 99, but Hurlings keeping the pressure on in second place. Anstey, of course, making a comeback, you might say. Hasn't had much track time over the winter because he was recovering from a nasty injury sustained at the Motocross of Nations at Ernay in France last year. The rider landed on him and he was in quite a bad way, but he's recovering well and looking in strong form as he heads towards the season open in Qatar, which is coming up very soon, of course. And there he is, Anstey. Hurlings keeping the pressure on in second place. It looks like Seawer's still there in third, as they wind their way through the woods back into the centre of the course, where the majority of the spectators are. This bumper crowd here at Hawkstone Park today. And there he goes, Hurlings in second place. They're starting to close up on Anstey, and Hurlings lining up Anstey for a pass, goes round the outside. Let's see if Hurlings makes the pass stick. Yes, he does. Anstey made a small mistake there coming out of the corner, and that gives Hurlings, number 84, the lead. Trying to pull away now, Anstey. He's looking to try and keep up with Hurlings as they go up towards the bomb hole. And Anstey, who is his last real shot at the MX2 world title before he moves up to the MX1 in the future, and this is now really the year for him as he looks to try and close in on world championship glory. But that's the guy at the front who he needs to beat, Jeffrey Hurlings, 84, who of course himself a former 2 times world MX2 champion. He's had a nightmare 2 seasons with injuries and now fully fit, looking to try, and he's in a no-nonsense mood as he looks to try and aim towards that hat-trick of World MX2 titles before he moves up to the MX1 category, which I'm sure if he wins this year will come sooner rather than later. But Hurlings, the sand master here at Hawkstone Park, leads him up the hill once again as the midfield runners make their way through past the race control, the finish line area. The lead is already halfway around the lap as Hurlings leads them up towards the tabletop. Goes flying over the jump. Anstey on his tail in second place, and Hurlings goes charging back into the woods with Anstey on his tail. Anstey doing all he can to try and close up on Hurlings, and the gap isn't really much at all. Let's have a look. Less than 1.5 seconds between Hurlings and Anstey in second place. Looks like Seawer still there in third place, but Anstey in second place being urged on by the home supporters. He's doing all he can to keep Hurlings in check. There goes Hurlings leading the way through this new section here. Well, I say new section, it was formerly part of the circuit many years ago and has been reintroduced for 2016. And as we just saw on the camera footage there, it's very tough and very gnarly in places, really testing the rider's skill. Hurlings starting to pull away slightly from Anstey. Anstey being urged on by the home supporter, but Hurlings, nonetheless, though, he's a popular rider with the British fans nowadays. Back in his title-winning years, he wasn't always the favourite amongst the British crowd because he had 1 or 2 run-ins with the British riders, but he's a likeable guy, Jeffrey Hurlings, and the fans really have warmed to him over the last couple of years. And we saw this morning, actually, in the paddock that Hurlings was the centre of attention on the Red Bull Factory KTM team. All the young fans wanted their autograph, wanted their picture taken with him, and Hurlings, the rider who many of the supporters have come to see today, is not letting them down. But Anstey, the home favourite in second place, is really still maintaining the pressure in that second place. Those two really have pulled away from the rest of the field, as we see again this fantastic drone footage. The aerial footage here at Hawkstone Park just goes to show the immense size of Hawkstone Park, one of the top circuits in the UK. As Hurlings goes past the pit area, leads him back towards the hill section, but he cannot shake off Max Anstey in second place, the factory Husqvarna rider. And as we said earlier, of course, he is making a shout for the World Championship this year in the MX2 class as the midfield riders go through past the finish line. We're just over half distance as Hurlings leads the way over the tabletop, back into the woods once again. But there's Anstey in second place, number 99. He still is not giving the fight up. It looks like Jeremy Seaworth still there in third place. Davy Pooch is keeping the pressure up in fourth place. And Ben Watson, who had such a strong first race, he's still there on the fringe of the top five, with Benoit Portrel also in there as well. Covington, of course, on the Husqvarna, the teammate of Max Anstey. He's had a nightmare race right at the back of the field after that spill on the first lap. But as we move into the closing stages, Jeffrey Hurlings, the Dutch rider, number 84 on the Red Bull Factory KTM. He was the pre-event favourite, and he's living up to the hype at the moment as he goes through the stadium section. You can see the sheer number of people here at Hawkstone Park today. Most motocross events this weekend have been cancelled, and it is a real testament to the hard work that's been put in by the organisers, HIMX, that we've got this meeting ahead in the first place. The track, despite the horrendous weather recently here in Shropshire, is shaping up quite well. It's very wet in places, but nonetheless the riders are enjoying the track so far, enjoying the test, and the fans have come out in their droves to support these top riders. As Hurlings goes past the back marker, we are now coming into the final couple of laps, and it looks at the moment, without wanting to induce the commentator's curse, that Hurlings looks set to make it 2 wins out of 2 as we go in towards the final couple of laps. Anstey is still there in second place, but at the moment Hurlings looks like he's got this race sewn up. He's starting to pull away from Anstey now as we go in towards the closing lap and a half. But Hurlings, as we said before, he is home and dry at the moment. Anstey, though, still keeping the pressure in second place, so any kind of a mistake from Hurlings, and Anstey will be right in there. There he is, still being urged on by the home supporters in second place. Jeremy Seaworth is still in third place, and that should bring him up into the top 5 on the overall results if things stay as they are. Anstey, I think, will finish third overall if he can hold on to that second place in these closing stages. But no doubt as to who the overall winner is at the moment. There he is once again, number 84 Hurlings, factory rider, two-time world champion, as we said before, in the MX2 class. And as he looks to make his hat-trick of wins in 2016, this could be the way to go for him. He's had a nightmare couple of seasons with injury. Lost the title to the Tim Gaster, the Honda rider, last year as he took the MX2 world title. Hurlings was a frustrated spectator, but now in a no-nonsense mood. There he goes once again, charging through the ruts. Really known as perhaps the finest and certainly the fastest sand rider in the world. Here he comes through the stadium section for the final time. And Jeffrey Hurlings, 84, with just a couple of more corners to go. Looks like he's going to make it 2 wins out of 2. Goes under the Hawk Spectator Bridge for the final time. There's Anstey in second place, but it's going to be too late for him as Hurlings goes through to take the checkered flag from Max Anstey in second place, Jeremy Seaworth in third. It was Jeffrey Hurlings with the overall result from Davy Pooches and Max Anstey. We're here now then with third place overall in the MX2 class, which was Max Anstey. Max, tell us how your racing went today.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good. We had a little bit of rain, so it messed the goggles up a little bit in the first race. But considering how wet it was, it wasn't too bad. It was a mud race, but no, it was good fun. It's nice to be out here with the new bike and team, and just running through some things. You know, I'm here to test and here to try and see where we're at. And we've still got a month before Qatar, so got a few more weeks to iron a few things out, and then we'll be ready.
And a great hole shot in the second race, of course.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I love going up through the tunnel there, and it's always nice to be out front here, especially when the conditions are like they are.
And how do you feel about the super final?
Oh, I think it'll be fun. You know, I'm not sure how we're going to line up with the 450 guys. At the moment, the track's soft, so I think the 450s are going to have a bit of an advantage with the power. But you know, it's a good fun race. We'll see what happens.
Well, certainly see what happens later on. Third overall, Max Anstey. Second overall, the MX2 class, Davy Pooches. Now, Davy, this is your first ever visit to Hawkstone Park, I believe, and did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was really nice. You know, the track is really nice, and yeah, I had fun out there. Just yeah, a little bit shame about the weather, but anyway, the track was perfect, and I had a lot of fun, and I'm happy with second overall.
Do you think this bodes well ahead of the Grand Prix season?
Yeah, just 2 weeks left before the first GP in Qatar, and I'm really looking forward to the first GP.
And tell us what you think about your prospects in the super final going ahead against the MX1 riders.
Yeah, it will be tough, but we will see. You know, the track is really wet, so with the 450 it's easier to ride. But we will see. You know, we're just gonna have some fun, and yeah.
Well, thank you very much. That's a newcomer to the MX2 class, Davy Pooches, second overall. So here now with the overall winner who we spoke to earlier before the racing started, Jeffrey Hurlings. 2 wins, and can't be happier than that, can you?
No, I mean, we won both motors. We dominated both motors, and now just one motor left, you know, the super final. So hopefully stays dry and put in a good motor. You know, we had a good training so far today, so really excited for that.
And Anstey got the whole shot in the second moto, but you were straight in there, and once you passed him, there was no looking back.
No, definitely. Both motors started up second, and then passed the leader actually first lap, first moto, second lap, second moto. So was up front almost all the time, and riding was really well.
And now we look towards the super final. Now, even though you're on the MX2 bike, I'm sure you fancy your chances against the big boys in the MX1.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's going to be tough, especially with the start. You know, it's in the sand, and then with a lights bike, it's going to be really tough. But we'll make the best of it.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Our overall winner, Jeffrey Hurlings. The Be Wiser Hawkstone International Motocross in association with Playground.com.